Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
To throw at the outset, here's Hurts, eluding the pressure right. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Wow, just one snap big, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. To throw is Jackson. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. Now the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
A short throw caught by Andrews.
And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle is made at the 28-yard line.
Now it's Jackson.
This will go to Henry out wide.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Jackson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
And he's off to a very poor start. 2 passes, 2 interceptions. He'll try and see if he can complete a few to the good guys here as he starts 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hurts. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Going right back to Dotson.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Now a 2nd and 10. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
3rd and 5.
Again, it's Barkley. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Jackson now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Jackson to Bateman there, 1st down Ravens. They'll drop to throw. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. This now a 3rd and 4. Inside handoff, Henry. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of will.
Barkley hit and the ball pops free. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So now on comes the field goal unit. And, wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Throwing is Hurts. Complete, it's Dotson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he goes out right around the 39. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back to throw again.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Barkley, inside handoff. And able to work his way down to the 16. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He'll drop to throw.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews.
And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he's brought down at the 17-yard line.
Henry up the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. To throw is Jackson.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that will bring up second down. Here's Jackson.
That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now it's Jackson.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's going deep for Bateman. That is incomplete.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Now 2nd and 9. Hurts.
And this is caught at the 8. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. The 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Eagles have taken the lead.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 14-10. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Now it's Jackson.
This goes to a former Eagle, Nelson Aguilar.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 49 yards.
And the Ravens have regained the lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well that they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was capped by the touchdown pass to Nelson Aguilar.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Hurts sets up to throw it. This pass hauled in by Dotson. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Second and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
This offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. This is Smith with a grab. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Real head scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. A short throw caught by Andrews. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Jackson.
That is caught with Sean Bateman.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Jackson.
He's got room to roam.
And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And it'll be intercepted.
It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly. But, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
In trouble, and he's taken down. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Throwing is Hurts.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. Flush to his right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st half.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you to, we now proceed to the start of the 2nd half. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told him, guys, if he wants to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Now Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Here's 3rd and a few inches.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Jackson now.
Look at the big man rumble.
And finally taken down at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson.
Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Again, Jackson flushed out right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Tucker now for the extra. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take it. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
A 1st down carry for Barkley.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
He'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Complete, it's Dotson.
And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Philadelphia.
A give to Barkley out of the gun.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Back to throw here. This will be caught at about the 5.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Jahan Dotson
laying himself out in the end zone.
And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive, because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the 1st half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
A check down here for Henry.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Jalen Hurts bringing the Eagles out for their next drive.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Second and a couple. Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Into space at the 45. Down the right sideline. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
To throw is Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. We have played 3 quarters. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Hurts fumbles it.
But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And that will force a turnover on downs. A first down carry for Henry. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Here's Jackson to throw.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff to Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now it's Jackson.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And the busy night for Henry continues. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. As hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for...
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Isaiah Likely.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. A 10-play drive that time.
And finishing that drive off was the touchdown grab by Isaiah Likely.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
And out now come the Eagles.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon, and he loses the football a 2nd time.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So pass. It's the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through one tackle. Gosh, he winds up getting 8 there. Second down, they go again with Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On third down, Henry. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive there on just 4 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Handoff to Barkley, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now back to throw. And Dotson, he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41. And this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Jackson to throw. He dumps it off for Henry. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
Here's Jackson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
This is caught, and in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 26 yards.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Here's Hurts to throw.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
A gain of 29 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Throwing is Hurts.
That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Flush to his right. 20! And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
Down at the 42.
A lot of
And on the game-breaking running back, a home run hitter when it comes to wideouts. Nah, today before this one, we're talking about a couple of tight ends.
And what a great game it is, Kate, to spotlight that position because we have two of the league's best. And when you go back and you watch the tape after the fact, when the ground game's running wild, it's usually these tight ends making blocks. When the passing game is getting it done, well, they play a role in the air as well. They don't get the headlines like you talked about, but these guys, man, they are cornerstones of their offense.
So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
That's caught for the first. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. This finds Smith. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. Here we go, 2nd and 9. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. 1st down throwing for Hurts. Able to find Dotson here. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Working quickly here. 1st down, a run with Barkley. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the 16. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson finds him over the middle. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. On 1st down, Jackson. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Lamar throwing again. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And again, it's Jackson. Complete Derrick Henry. And he rocks the tackler. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Milton Williams making the stop. Here's 2nd and 5. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Picked off Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to return this up beyond the 20 before being tackled. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber of defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
Offense in the hurry up here.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They bring their tight end left. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss. Hold on a sec. We've got an Eagle hurting pretty good out there, and they're going to head out to look at him. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap for Hurts. It's Dotson on the catch. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Working quickly here. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
And they take him down right along the 30. Lamar now from the gun. Henry on the catch. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. The Eagles swarm in and take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand.
And in for the Baltimore touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Eagles nothing.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, Britton Covey. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Ravens swoop it in, and they bring him down. They will not get another playoff. We're at the end. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That pass caught by Dotson. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Ravens send Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
He put everything he had into this one. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Baltimore. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And they sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Escapes the pocket. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And now they're left with 4th and short.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. On 4th down, Hurts. He completes it in traffic. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's 2nd and 2. He's on the move. Taken in by Smith. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. On 1st down, Hurts. Forced out to his right. Oh no, they get him yet again. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens get it back out. Coming here, Jackson finds him on the crossing route. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Completed to Flowers. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Working quickly here. Finds him on the slant. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Jackson's going to throw again. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Pass didn't work on 2nd. Let's see how that affects this 3rd down. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Offense up to the line fast. Henry has the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Hurts now from the gun. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 36. Buys time, rolling right. He's got Smith. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Offense in the hurry up here. First and 10. Here's Hurts. On the move, headed right. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Working quickly here. After the sack, another pass on second down. Completed over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 8 yards to go as they get set on second and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And oh, he got it! Interception! And he's out the clear. The 30! He's at the 10! And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. But we all saw his teammates yelling at him, go down for the touchback. Yeah, no chance of that. He saw a lane to take it from one end zone to the other, and he did just that.
You know, and in that sense, he's no different than a kick returner bringing it out of the end zone. That's why some think DBs make the best return men. He just got that unique way of seeing the field, whether it's on a kickoff, going 100+ for a pick 6. Wow.
Oh, I love seeing this, Brock. They got surprised with the pick 6, but they made absolutely sure there would not be another 2 added on.
Yeah, kind of the epitome of sudden change, especially on such short notice. Not a lot of time to get prepped on that sideline to get out there to defend the 2-point play, but they did their job and limited the damage that came from that interception.
Automatic first down.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First down throwing for Hurts. Chased out to his right. That one's incomplete. Couldn't connect.
You know, as you can see here, things broke down a little bit. He tried to find a connection, but he just could not get on the same page. I'll tell you what I do like about that throw, though. He didn't risk an interception, and he put it out of bounds instead.
Oh, he put some heat on this. Brought in inside the 20. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. He brings the offense up now for a first and 10.
Jake Elliott to kick off.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Hardy on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Ravens. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Blitz coming, Lamar. That's taken in by Henry. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 3rd quarter starts with a run from Henry. He'll cobble together a yard there. Josh Sweat making the stop. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. He's got Andrews. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. 1st down, here's Lamar. He'll get this to Henry. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10 now. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run. Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Henry. And he got there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Jackson now on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. That one intended for Mark Andrews. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Bullock's kick is good. And they push their lead to 23.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And this one, well, I think we all know it's going to be a tough one to watch again on film. But a lot to be learned from this showing here, right? He's been intercepted 4 times, and it's been real tough to get a good read on what the coverage has been doing to stop him. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Buying some time right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. He stays up. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And that brings up 4th and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
He puts some power on a deep one left. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a 1st. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Throwing again is Lamar. Henry on the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Eagles take possession just shy of midfield following the interception and the lengthy return.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. 2 yards on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
I love the mobility here. Starts great, escapes the pressure, get out of harm's way. You just wish if you're the offense here, you could have found a completion to keep in rhythm.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
63.
Throwing now from the gun. That pass complete to Goddard. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
That's good for an Eagles.
Working inside the red zone. Able to get it to Barkley. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Offense in the hurry up here.
A 6-yard pickup.
Hurts now from the gun.
At the 9-yard line.
And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work. Trying to chip away at that lead, but just not able to figure it out there to take another 2 points off.
Yeah, every one of these calls at this juncture of the game tells a story, and right now that story being told is this crew is feeling the pressure trying to chip away at those points. Maybe a little over-aggressive, as now they're still down big.
Baltimore running its offense out now. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. The drive begins with Henry. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Working quickly here. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Taking a deep shot here. He's got it inside the 10. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens make it a 24-point ball game. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing here, Hurts. Forced out to his right. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Hurts looking to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Marcus Williams has it. And he's going to go. It's a pick six. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens grow their lead yet again. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Kickoff taken at the 13. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Eagles and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. Running is Barkley. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Hurts setting up to throw. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on. So march it forward after they accept the penalty.
Automatic first down.
A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's first and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Barkley's got it. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
On first down, Hurts. Able to find Dotson here. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Hurts throwing again. Completed to his running back. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And they pick him off again! Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Went to the old well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hurts back to the air after the pick. Dump off caught by his back. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Hurts to throw. Oh no, they get him yet again. Brandon Stevens has it. And the Ravens get it back on the final play of the quarter. A nice takeaway to end that 3rd quarter. And they're going to have a new possession. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. Lamar now from the gun. Touchdown, Baltimore! Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's out of bounds, up at his own 45. If only every game could go like this for him, right? He's been fed targets, and it seems like he's not just been able to bring them in, but he's been making good things happen every time he gets that football.
I'm having Marvin Harrison flashbacks right now, Kate. Being on the sidelines, watching that guy work, and in games like this, moments like this, where you can't feed him enough because that defense just simply has no answers.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play, and keep driving that defense backwards.
Headed out right. That one is swatted away, incomplete, but there's a flag down in the secondary, and I think they're going to get somebody here for holding. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. That holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That pass caught by Johnson. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Ravens have it again after yet another interception.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Fits it through the middle. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens running them out of the building. Spread the field and send them all deep, baby. All right, this might be a stupid question, Brock, but what makes that play call successful against an NFL secondary?
Yeah, because 4 verts is good against a college secondary, a high school secondary, a Pop Warner secondary, because it burdens and stresses that defense. And if you got people that can run and you got 4 choices to choose from, oftentimes you'll find one to hit on.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense has eaten, it's been a tough watch.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense up to the line fast. Going to the ground again on first. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 2nd and 3. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. First down throwing for Hurts. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. Offense in the hurry up here.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Hurts. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Working quickly here.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for an
Here's
Eagle.
Hurts. The back's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Now the Eagles will attempt another 2-point conversion.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails. Okay, Brock, dialing up another 2-point call. And you remember when your friends didn't have a voicemail and it would just ring and ring and ring? It's still ringing. Fall short again of reaching that end zone.
Yeah, this defense is not doing very good between the 20s or even in the red zone, but they do find a way to rise up. This is always my challenge with being super aggressive, is why give that defense something to feel good about coming off the field after you put 6 on the board?
First down, here's Lamar. Oh no, they get him yet again! Picked off Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are stopped a little beyond the 10-yard line on the return.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right, just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his third interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
First and 10, here's Hurts. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he's going to reach his own 20 before stepping out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's Saquon. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. That's caught for the first. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense up to the line fast. Pulled in by Johnson along the sideline. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Hey, Kay, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
It's Dotson on the catch. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Desperation time here on 4th. To the sideline, and he has the catch. Tough play for a small gain, but it does get the first.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Hurts throwing again. Pass complete to Campbell. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 42. Buys time, rolling right. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to find A.J. Brown. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Completed to his running back. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Barkley's got it. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
On first down, Hurts. Able to find Dotson here. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Second and 3 now. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. On the move, headed right. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this forward to the 19. He gets 6 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
That's good for an Eagles.
From the red zone now. Chased out to his right. He's on the move. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Took off with it again. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He rolls to his right. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. And he's got it, so they'll pull a little ways back with a touchdown. The Eagles parlay the interception into points. And he pulled it. It's no good. Kick goes too far to the left. Point after left on the table. So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Sims now on the return. And look at this return. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And we'll see if those 3 timeouts get used defensively, Brock, but this one is over either way. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Launches one deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And now they face 2nd down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. And they pick him off again. Darius Slay has it. And the Eagles have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win.